Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Self-Devotion Project week 19. Before I get into that, let's look at week 18, which was meditation. So meditation, I believe, is probably the most important technique that you can include in your life. I think if everybody in the world meditated, it'd be a much happier, much more peaceful earth. Meditation is one of the best ways that you can put your body into the relaxation response, which we know is really important for healing the body. So the body can only go at healing itself when it is in the relaxation response. And with, the world as fast-paced as what it is these days, with so many things to have to consider and to get done, and it can get overwhelming. Meditation is the technique that can bring you back to the present moment, that can ground you and bring you back into feeling your body and connecting your mind, body and spirit. So if you're not a meditator, I would suggest that you should definitely look into it. There are so many different ways you can meditate. It doesn't have to be sitting down in a particular position, trying to clear your mind of all thoughts. It can be many different things, and if you look at last week's video, it'll tell you a bit more about that and some of the different ways that you can bring meditation into your life, ways that feel comfortable and feel good for you. Now, week 19 is something that I've come up with myself just this morning. I spoke last week about how my weight loss has been quite stagnant, and it still continues to be. And I realised that the reason for that is because I'm not aligning with my desires. So that's going to be the topic of this week, aligning with your desires. So what I mean by that is, we often want all sorts of things in our lives, but we don't necessarily take the steps that we need to take in order to manifest those things, in order to bring those things into our reality. So the first probably 2 months of this project, I was doing really well with my weight loss, and that was because I was aligning with my desires. So I was doing the necessary exercise and eating the necessary foods that were helping me to shed the weight. Now, because of the hormonal issues that I do have and some inflammatory conditions going on in my body, it was slow weight loss, and it's going to be that way for me most likely. But it was still going in the right direction. Whereas for the last month or two, it's really just been stagnant and even gone up a little bit, if I'm honest. So I realized that I got to get back on track. So I've been focusing on so many wonderful healing techniques every week, and I've kind of forgotten the first few weeks, which were the exercise and the clean eating, and I've sort of let myself go off track a little bit, which happens to all of us, happens to the best of us, happens to me. So this week, aligning with your desires, or aligning with my desires, I guess, if you like, is going to mean that every time I make a decision, I'm going to ask myself, is this decision aligning with the desire that I have? Is this decision, or is this step that I'm about to take, leading me in the direction of what it is that I want to see in my life, or what I want to see happen? So I guess with the focus on weight loss for me at the moment, it's really going to be about, okay, is this food that I'm about to eat leading me into the direction of the weight loss that I seek, of the health benefits that I seek? When I wake up in the morning, the decision to either get out of bed and go and exercise, or stay in bed and get that bit of extra sleep, it's going to be, okay, which one's going to get me closer to my desires of a healthier body and weight loss? Well, obviously it's going to be to go and exercise. Sleep's important too, and that in itself is a big thing for me as well, because I am a night owl and I love staying up late at night. So in order to get healthier, I need to get more sleep. So to align to my desires there, it means I'm going to have to go to bed earlier, which is hard for me to do, but necessary. Because if I'm going to get up in the morning and go exercising, but I still want to get decent sleep, that's going to mean I have to go to bed earlier. I have to align with my desires for health, for weight loss, just for general overall well-being, which is what this project's been about. So look, I've been using all sorts of techniques over the last 18, 19 weeks, and they've all been incredible. And, when it comes to my mental and my spiritual life, things are feeling greatly improved. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic most of the time, you know, much more than I was when I started this project. Like, I was quite depressed at the beginning of this, whereas now I feel lighter. My mind and body do feel more connected. I feel more grounded. I feel, you know, like life makes more sense, you know, that I feel settled, I guess, if you like. But the one thing that is still kind of, you know, not quite where I want it to be is the physical. So I still have chronic disease in my body. I still have, you know, back pains on and off, and down my leg, sciatic pain on and off. And I'm still overweight. I'm still about 20 kilos overweight. So it's now about aligning my desires to how I'm going to improve the physical side of my life. So that the mental and the spiritual seem to be under control, but the physical, I've kind of let that go. And look, they're all interconnected. So if I've still got the physical issues, it's showing that there's still some aligning to do there. There's still things that aren't quite right. So this week I'm going to be very conscious about the decisions that I'm making, very, very conscious, and make sure that the decisions that I make, the steps that I take throughout this week, are all leading to the desires I have for better physical health. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on this topic for now. Stay tuned on the Facebook page. I might put a couple of posts up during the week as to how I'm going, and some other helpful insights. Thanks for being here with me again. Have a brilliant, beautiful week. You deserve it. And I will see you all next week. Much love and light-filled blessings. Bye-bye.